Hello everyone and welcome to Factorio. I'm Par and today I'm gonna be playing my real-world DeathWorld game. What did we do in the previous episode? Right, I believe we partially disabled, we disabled for the most part partial deliveries of the materials except a couple of stations which are essentially an exception at this point. Alright, let's try and do something interesting. I think we should. I think we should enable artillery here, and maybe should also do something similar. Oh, wait, here. Artillery here. That should be enough. We would like to add it here. Is that it? I don't think we need any more artillery. Oh, wow, okay. We might actually need something here. Let's do this. Let's say we would like to have artillery here. Here. We want to. We probably wanted this corner, like that. And at the other corner, just like that. Let's also build it here. Here. Well, that is it. I think now we'll have lots and lots of attacks from the battles. So what I wanted to focus on today. Today I would like to do something about low density structures maybe. The problem is that I still haven't decided where exactly I want to build them. This area looks really nice. Looks very, very nice. The main problem with that is this crude oil patch, because I expect us to need a lot of room for low density structures built. And we'll also need to build somewhere the fuel production, like rocket fuel. What's the name? Let's see, this thing. So we need 3 components. Rocket control unit is very, very straightforward. Low density structures, less so. I mean, we'll have to figure this out. Rocket fuel, I don't know how we could design this one. And whether we can build both of them somewhere close. Because rocket control units, they require just a little bit of, just some inputs, and you should be able to easily produce them on site. These ones, I don't want to transport either of these via trains, because I believe the stack size is only 10, so it will be really, really inconvenient to do that. I think we are much, much better off transporting science, space science. But I really like this area. Okay, let's I'm not prepared. I am not prepared for that right now. we could take a look, for example, at the amount of rocket fuel that we need. We need 7.6 thousand rocket fuel produced per minute. And so if you look at that end, and I want to use coal liquefaction process, so I feel like it would be better. But the question is, should we think about designing this right now or not? Where is my character? I'm right here. Let's go. Let's go here. Let's drive there, and we will try to design maybe low density structures build. And then I'll have to select where exactly to build it. And I most likely would like to build it somewhere like in a way that it's on the edge of the base, because we'll need lots and lots of copper delivered. I would also like to build it in a way that we can deliver a bunch of coal, but actually that's the thing, we need only... Oh, I'm a little surprised. We need only 2 trains with the coal. And we need water to produce rocket fuel. So maybe this could be the spot, because we have a lake here. Maybe this could be the spot for rocket fuel production, and this could be the spot for low density structures production. And like in the middle, we will have rockets. We'll be shooting rockets right from here. We'll need delivery, or maybe even construction of satellites on site. We can also afford to do that, I think. Right? I think it should be possible, right, to construct satellites right on site. It means that we'll need like a little bit room for extra materials. We do have some space here, so it's probably not gonna look very nice, but it should be doable. And the question is, how much space do we need? Let's actually play with the McDonald calculator. How much space do we need to produce rocket control units? So we need 600 rocket control unit assemblers. So if you take 600 and divide it by 8, we are getting 75. How much is 75? Let's take a look at this part. How many do we have here in one line? 46. Wow, that's a lot. So we basically need double this size. We'll need double this size. We could build it side by side in theory, right? So if I copy this block, and let's say we're trying to build it here, we could have one line going like this, another line going like that. So we have 2 of this. Maybe even from here. It's a little bit hard for me to like really come up with a good spot for this. Or maybe we could send them like this, right? We could have one going here to the left, another going to the left, maybe even from this spot. And here we have space for rocket fuel. Rocket fuel production, let's take another look at it. What do we need? We need... Well, it is very it is gonna be similarly sized, to be honest, which might be not a good thing. So we for rocket control units we need 600 of assembly machines, and for rocket fuel we need 642. So it's pretty much the same. For rocket fuel we need only coal. That is good. And for the rocket control unit we need a little bit of processing units and a little bit of speed modules. Okay, so that is the tricky part, because our speed modules are produced here. It's gonna take us forever to actually deliver them there, if we do decide to build it there. What are the alternatives? I mean, I really like low density structure built to be here. Maybe I should just transport low density structures. We'll need a lot of it. We'll need 5.7 belts of low density structures. Wait, why do we need so many? Oh, I see. It's because we needed both for yellow science, utility science pack, and for white science. We need low density structures for both of those. That is the problem. Okay, that is potentially a huge problem. Maybe not. Let's think about it. So I want plastic for low density structures to be produced right here. This is where I want my plastic to be produced. And then I'll either send it down here or I'll send it up there. So for low density structures we need 20 belts of plastic, and in total we need 76 belts of plastic. So the majority of plastic should not go to low density structure. Well, yes, majority should not go there. Majority should go basically down here to red sockets and over there to blue sockets. So that's the majority. Belts, I feel like it doesn't matter where I will be delivering 20 belts of plastic. We could build it even here. We could have low density structures built here. Right? Or not? But then the question, where would we be building rocket fuel? We want rocket fuel close to where we'll be shooting rockets. And we want it to be close to the water. Maybe we could build it somewhere here. Could have two blue. Yeah, it's hard to figure out. Anyway, I think I wasted enough time that already. Let's come up with low density structures build. So there is a very specific way I like to build low density structures. I have like in vanilla game, and it really works. It doesn't work that well when you're playing on marathon. So marathon, it's not really that good, like the approach that I'm gonna show you, but it's really nice in vanilla. So we are gonna have basically the following setup. We'll have three, like this cell chain. This 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here we have 4 more and 3 of this. The build is basically gonna work as follows. Let's try to understand what we're doing first of all. I would like to build a grid. I would like to have an assembler right in the middle with prod modules. The idea is that I want almost like... Oh, wait, is this the same chain? I want to have almost direct insertion from the train. And I want almost direct insertion of copper. Because if you look at this recipe, it requires lots of copper, a little bit of steel, a little bit, well, some amount of plastic bars. So let's do this. Let's say we are unloading stuff into the chest, and then we have a second chest as just intermediate one, just so that we can feed this assembly machine with copper. Now, if we copy this, this is not looking good. Because I want this to inserters to take stuff from this to wait, what is happening? What's wrong with this? Oh, right. The whole chain is basically constructed incorrectly. You know what? We'll just delete it and we are gonna rebuild it. Okay, wagons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wagons. Right? 1, 2, 3. I think it's 8. Right. It looks fine. Well, I'm pretty sure we want to move it. Maybe somewhere here. So the idea is that I want to build 4 assemblers on this side and 4 assemblers on that side. I can cover these 2 wagons, and if I mirror it, we'll cover these 2. Now we need to cover the 4 in the middle. We cannot consume stuff from here, so we'll skip this one. But if you consume things from here, then it will be bad. We actually want to consume stuff from this wagon. Let's fix this real quick. Like that. So, what do we have? We are consuming stuff. I want to copy this. I think it will be better if I copy it and place things like this. Let's double check. We want to make sure that every wagon has an inserter taken copper out of there. So we have this one, this inserter, here we have inserter, here we have inserter, here we have inserter taking the copper, here we are taking copper, copper is being taken, good. Now, I would like this build to be tileable. Is it tileable? It's not quite tileable. It's almost tileable, so we'll have to shift this by 1. It's a bit unfortunate, that means that we cannot send the output along the middle, and right in the middle here. Now, what else do we need? Let's see. We need, obviously, we need this stuff. Partial deliveries. Do we support partial deliveries here? No, we do not support partial. Why do I have P here? I thought we agreed to not have this combinator if you don't want partial deliveries. And the input here is actually copper input. Right? We just want copper here. And train limit, I want to say 1. Okay, awesome, it's already 1. Now, what do we need in terms of materials? We need a little bit of steel and lots of plastic. Let's take a look. If we look at 4... Oh, interesting. If you look at 4 of... Well, the thing is, I'm not sure. I'm not sure we can use the same station names here. Maybe just in case, let's say this is low density structures, and this is input of copper. I think we'll have to have a separate setup for this, at least for like the chains, copper chains coming on the side. I want to keep them separate. I want to have like a separate schedule basically for the chains. And on this part, and maybe we don't even care about a stacker on this. Like, I really like... I wanted in the past to build it here, but I don't think this is the right place anymore. I think this would be much better. The problem is that we'll have to deliver that to here, to where we are building. Yellow signs. So I think I have pretty much decided already that this is gonna be the spot for yellow signs. At least it seems to me to be the case. But that means that I can actually split the build for low density structures. I could have 2 of these builds. I could have one basically somewhere here. Okay, I'll need to think where exactly to. Basically, let's focus on the design maybe for now. Right. So if I take this block and if I start basically building like lots and lots of stations, just going like this, I can send a lot of copper from above into there. We can also, in theory, add like a stacker right in front, specific for this route. So we can have like a very kind of specific stacker, and setup and input for the copper, and we'll have to get like lots and lots of copper in here. That would be good. We could, in theory, have something similar somewhere else, like here maybe, or even here. Oh, interesting. We'll have to see what else is needed for yellow signs. We'll figure this out. Shouldn't be a problem. But the point is that from that side, we'll have, from like the right side, we'll have trains coming in. And from the other side, we can have belts of 2 things coming in. We want a belt of steel, I believe, and a belt of plastic. Now the question is, is like 1 + 1 belt enough to handle both sides here? So if I look, where is low density structures built? Right. If I look at low density structure build. And say we have 8 factories. 8 factories require 510 plastic bars and 204 steel plates. That means that we can totally feed them with one belt. Now, how would we do that? Let's say we'll do something like this, maybe. So we'll have an inserter, a single inserter, handling both. I want to do the same thing here. We'll have a single inserter, handling both inputs. So the input is coming from that side. Now, what are we gonna do with the output? The output it's hot. Let's say this is the output. So we are placing stuff from this inserters over there. What do we need here? Let's think. I think we'll need to fit the stuff. If we are getting both of this here, right, I feel like that's what I would like to have. Yep. That's the input. Probably. Right. Okay, so here is the input. We're mixing the materials on both sides of the belt and we're sending it up there and down here. And now, what we need to figure out oh, right. So I was thinking, so we have this kind of tiling, and unfortunately I cannot send stuff to the right. I think I'll just send it down here. And then we'll do the following. We are gonna connect things like that. Look, does it look good? I like this. I really like this. And we have output here and output here, but both of this have stuff placed only on one side of them, right? That is bad. So let's kind of balance things a little bit. I'm going to send it here, and I'd like to merge them. Like that. Well, I guess that could be the output. So, this belt will have low density structures on both sides. This one will also have on both sides that, like, and the reason I'm doing that is because I want to, like, all of, like, this whole block to work, even if we are consuming this belt only from one side. So since we have balancing here and we have balancing here, I think that should be it. Yeah, I think that is gonna be enough. Good. Now, what should we do next? Let's think about this. Well, we need to add the power, right? Let's add power somehow. Could we do that? Well, I think that's good enough. And the power on this side will be, say, here. Is this a good spot? So if we copy that and paste it, the power lines are gonna be connected, which is good, but I don't like all this like crossings, etc, etc. The problem is that I don't think I can really improve the station here at all. Right? Well, I guess we could do something. I guess we could move it a little bit further away. Yeah, we could build it like this, maybe. Let's try again. So if I copy this and paste it here, so now the connections are significantly better. Can I do it like that? Yep. I think so. I think this is looking fine. Now, what else are we missing? We are missing this part. We are missing the part where we actually feed the trains some fuel, because we have to be refueling the trains here. If you don't do that, if you are not refueling the trains, then oh wow. Wait, that's interesting. So it seems I don't even need this part. Oh, I kinda need it for the connection, for the power connection, but yeah. I don't like this. So go forward. Let's do it like this. Yep. So we need to refuel the train because the trains here will go to outposts and we don't have any fuel in the outposts, so we'll have this basically built. And another thing that we'll need to somehow figure out the input here, which I'm kind of at a loss right now. I'm not sure exactly how we could do that, but I think the general idea is like this. For the build, we have 2 inputs, we have 1 output, and it's completely tileable. Let's double check. Let's make sure that that is correct. Yep, like that. It's gonna be completely tileable. Now the only question is where are we gonna build it? So we have purple science here. I would kind of want to. I would like to have. Should we produce yellow science right here? What do we need for yellow science even? I have no idea what exactly we need. For yellow science, we need low density structures. That is okay. We need to have, alright, we need to have electric engines and flying robot frames. And for flying robot frames, we need to produce batteries and sulfuric acid, for which we need water. Okay, that's very interesting. So that means that this spot is actually really nice for yellow science production. Let's think about this a bit to make sure that that is the case. So we need low density structures. If we are lucky, we can maybe produce some right here. Or not. Maybe we could have a production spanning like that, but then we'll have this crude oil block right in the middle. Or we could have production for density structures going here. We could have a huge, like really long block with lots of copper coming from above. Maybe that is the way. And since this line will have a lot of... so this line will have a lot of copper. We'll have copper getting delivered from down here. And sulfur. So that, well, sulfur doesn't really matter. What matters is that copper. And we are using copper for this blue circuits. If we... do we have steel here anywhere? How hard would it be? Deliver steel. I think it wouldn't be that hard because we will not have these outposts in the future. We can have an intersection here, probably. Maybe not. What's the end? The end is going to be here. Well, yeah, we barely have enough space for intersection. Yeah, and right now the exit that we have is here. This is the exiting lane, but we can definitely change it and make it... oh wait. Is this a good way? I think it's fine. We'll be fine, right? So we can build an intersection right across from this one up here. So we'll have an intersection. It will be getting steel from below. It will be getting copper from the left side from here. We'll have not copper, coal. Not coal. Plastic. Plastic will go here. Then it will be sending all of that stuff over here. And from here on, from this crude oil outpost till whatever we have. Let's see. Right, I'd like to know what is happening here. I'd like to see whether there are any oil outposts over there. Let's observe. Because I don't want to be building stuff on top of any outposts. Well, we have a lake. It's kind of both, good and bad. This is the line. I think it's okay. We can start building low density structures here. Oh, and then what? We are gonna build them this long from here to here. Is this the way? I'm not convinced. Maybe it's a little bit too far away. But we could also lower this, I think, in theory, right? And we could build them maybe right here. What do we have? What is this? Let's double check. Okay, I'd like to know something. I would like to know something. If we take this build and if we start placing it down, do we have enough space here? Let's say from here, right? 1, 2. Oh wait, that is not how I wanted to go. Let's remove all this from here just in case. Right, and we will proceed. Right, like this. One, let's disable actual construction because we don't care about it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Right. So how much is that? How do we count this? I feel like that's the way we count it. This is 17. So right now we have 17 here. One train. How much can it fit? Well, we could be building this in blocks of maybe in blocks of 8 or in blocks of 16. If we look at a block of 16, let's take a look. Low density structures, 8 factories times 16. It's what? 128. We need 3 belts of steel. Well, 1.3 belts of steel and 3.1 belts of plastic. So well, let's say we are going. Okay, it's not looking very nice what we have here. It's kind of slightly messed up. Right. So we could say that this whole block could be powered by 1 steel station and 1 plastic station. And it doesn't require that much space. And we have here how many assemblers? Let's take a look. We have yes, 128 assemblers, exactly. We have 128 assemblers. For yellow signs, we require we require 432 of the assemblers. So 432, it means that we basically need 4 of these blocks. 4 of such blocks. We could build it right here. Maybe I shouldn't build it in one line. Maybe I should build it kind of like this, with copper inputs coming from this side. So we could have copper input coming from this side. We could have 2 stations here, providing us with belts of steel and copper. We could have vertical entrance here, and we could stack these builds vertically, because we'll need 4 of these builds for yellow signs. So if I build yellow signs here, I could stack 4 of this right there on top. And I could stack 4 of this, and we might even have enough space to fit it around this crude oil block. Or maybe we could just build it right above. Here, above crude oil block. Okay, let's see. Do I need 4? Can we get away with 3? I don't want to overbuild it too much. So for yellow signs, we need, let's calculate it. We need 7.7 thousand of low density structures. It means 432. If you take 432.2 assemblers and divide it by 8, it's 54.025. So it's basically 55. We need 55 of these train blocks. 55. What is a good way? Well, actually, you know what? I don't really care about that because maybe I do. Let me have a look. Right, we need only 10.3 belts of plastic and 4.1 belt of steel. That's not a lot. What that means is that I can easily copy this thing, build it even somewhere here, and reroute the inputs from the station that will be right here below this crude oil outpost. Because you can have 2 pairs of stations, build right one across this one, another, well, not across this one. We could have this one, then another one below, and we could basically, it shouldn't be a problem. Routing this thing shouldn't be a problem. The question now, how do we split 55? Hence, you could have 5 lines, 11 each, but that will be kind of a mess. We could overbuild it and go for 66. I don't want to overbuild stuff. Okay, let's calculate differently. How many belts do we need for... Okay, not how many belts. How many of these blocks can we fit with 1 pair of belts? If we have 8, we need 0.2 plastic. If we go for 40, so 5 lines, we need almost exactly a full belt of plastic. So we could say that 1 belt of plastic fits 5 of this. And here in the block, how many do I have? I have 16, right? 16. It's slightly more than 3 belts. What if I increase it to 20? How much space would that require? Let's take a look. And I would really like to add a radar somewhere here. It doesn't matter where it is. I just want to have a radar somewhere. And I probably want to have a radar below as well. Right here. Looks like a pretty good spot. So let's remove this. Removing all of that. Let's copy our build. Do we have space for 4 more? That's the question. We might. 1, 2, 3. We don't. We don't have space for 4 more. Well, we almost do actually. If we cut this thing, completely remove it, so we're cutting it. And if we paste it somewhere in the way, paste it there, and copy this build. Do we have space here? No? Yes, we do have. We do have some space. Let's do it again. How many we have here? We should have exactly 20. That means it's 4 belts of plastic and less than 4 belts of steel. And if I grab this whole... I mean, I don't even need to really copy it. It's already clear that we can indeed build it here. So we can build it here. can build it here. The question is, should we send plastic trains through this path, or should we send them through another path from above? I think I'll have them coming from above. I'll have plastic coming from above right here. In addition to plastic, we also need steel. If we have plastic coming from above, do we have steel coming from the other side? Would be a good idea. Well, it doesn't matter where, like how exactly steel is getting to us, because we do not have a huge steel demand, and steel is pretty expensive resource, so I think it should be fine. So we have 20 here, and we need 55 in total, so it looks like we need 3 lines of this, 1, 2, 3, and we will have to have 2 train stations. Two train station sets supporting that. Good, I think. And we should be able to build it, like, it doesn't matter whether we're building it below here or whether we're building it above. We don't have a problem, because there is always going to be space either above the crude oil or below for train stations. We don't have anything here, we can then fill it. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like we figured this out. Let's say we have 20 going, let's say, here. We'll have another 20 being here, and another 20 blocks for low density structures being approximately there. Something like this. Good. We finally figured this out. We figured out the placement for low density structures for the yellow signs, and this way we do not need to build them. It will just, like, all of this will just work. We'll have yellow signs hopefully produced somewhere here. We'll have, we do have purple signs produced here. We'll bring it this side, the stuff will be brought here. Yellow signs probably will be brought from above down here. And rocket signs, we will have to figure this out, to be honest, because right now I'm not sure where would be a good spot for rocket science production. Maybe we could even extend these lines further out. Maybe the only difference is that the output, instead of bringing it down, we could bring it from here, for example, to the left, and alright, let me think. This, we have way less than 5 million here. Okay, it's still, well, we have lots of steel here actually, that's good. We don't, oh, but that's, right, we'll be using the steel for the low density structures initially, but in the future I might build an intersection right here, and then we could try and, right, if we have an intersection built right across from this line, if we have an intersection built here, let's add an icon of a cross, like intersection somewhere, I want to say here. An intersection, we could produce white signs here, and it's not that long of a like it shouldn't be that long of a trip to get it delivered from here to somewhere here. merge it with yellow signs here, bring it down. And once it's down here, we could have research center like right in the middle around these rails somehow. I don't know yet how exactly it will be built, but I think we have an idea how we could make all of this work. The only problem is that for rocket science, I need a water. This water will be gone. Right, that could be problematic. Depends on how much, like exactly how much water we need. We do have a little bit of water here. We'll probably have a little bit of water here. So, you know, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it is not that bad. We could build... I'll need to think about this. I don't know, because I kind of assume that these legs are gonna be gone, but if they're gone, how am I gonna be producing rocket fuel? Unless we leave space here for rocket fuel production, for the coal input, and just drag it to the left. Can drag it here and make use of it together with low density structures here that we'll be building. Can make use of it over here for the space science. Yeah, I think that's the way. I feel like we have to leave room here also for rocket fuel production. In addition to building yellow science. I'm no longer convinced about this plan, to be honest. I think we are trying to do too much stuff over here. Yeah. Might not be such a great idea. Or alternatively... Let's think, because utility science pack requires low density structures. So we kind of want to build it close to each other. But utility science pack needs flying robot frames. And we could produce flying robot frames right here. Oh, but we need water. That's why we want... Okay, never mind. Let's build it here and we'll figure out what to do afterwards. Right. I think I'm just gonna proceed with building yellow science right here. And then we'll see. Because we already have red, green, blue sciences. We have half of our purple science, but it's very easy to extend it and like build it here, build the second half here. So we'll have purple science, and now we can really focus on yellow science and all this low density structure builds. Good. Did I give this train stop special name, low density structures, input of the copper? Right, and train limit is 1, which yeah, I'll probably have to build a stacker right in front of it. That's probably gonna be the way, but we'll figure this out, and yeah, should be fine. Let's take a break here. Thank you for following the series and watching the episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next episode. Cheers!